I've been in Vietnam for a while now, and there are some things I can safely say shocked me. I wasn't prepared at all. Some of the things are funny, but some of the things are very terrifying. We're going to talk about what shocked me the most, the noise, the dating, scams, and the people. Okay, number one, Vietnam doesn't mess around, and you may or may not have heard about the noise. My friend told me, no, you're not ready for it, you don't realize. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I thought it would just be busy. Even when you're out in the suburbs, everything is a decibel higher than what you're used to. Motorbikes coming from every direction. People beeping the horn when there's no one even around. Your neighbor will be blasting George Michael karaoke at 6 in the morning. Careless whisper. But the funny thing is, the locals don't even know. They're totally immune to it. It just seems normal. You'll be having a heart attack and people are just sipping coffee and smoking cigarettes like nothing's going on. The positive of it is that it's clearly a booming country now. Construction is everywhere. It's happening. It's the place to be. And the energy is addictive at the same time. Even though it's chaos, it's very intoxicating. Okay, next up, dating culture. Dating culture shocked me a little bit. For some reason, because of the proximity, the religion, and the reputation, I expected it to be a bit more like Thailand. But it's definitely not. It's the opposite, in fact. And what I would say, when you go to Thailand or especially Cambodia, the people are immediately really warm and friendly and smiley to you, especially Cambodia. But when you come to Vietnam, there's a bit of a shock. People are more distant. It's more stoic and reserved. And you might find it cold, but it's more polite to just be quiet and to not show too much emotion. So that was a bit of a shock to me, to be honest. But once you spend a bit of time here, once you get to know people, they're actually some of the kindest and I would say most genuine people you could meet. Even though you hear a lot of stories about dating in Asia and Vietnam being a free-for-all, it's really more complicated than that. There's a lot of unspoken rules that you as a foreigner won't know. Saving face is a really big deal, and it's very important, but it's also difficult for us to comprehend. We just don't have that. If you're too direct or blunt, it can come off as being weird. You really need to be polite and respectful. There are a lot of rules depending. Hierarchy is important here. And for the dating, it's way more conservative than you'd imagine. The family have a big say. What society thinks will come into play. That was a lovely rhyme again. The poetry is on form. Even if the person likes you, they won't necessarily go out to you. That's weird for us. But here, what people think is much more important. And for the dating, definitely take your time. You can be very successful. I know a lot of happy couples here, but definitely it's not as easy as everyone wants to make out. And to be frank, a lot of the girls don't have any interest in dating a foreigner. So prepare to have your ego a bit bruised. I'll tell you one story. A girl was walking next to me in the mall and she looked at me and I said hello as normal, as you would. And she ran away from me. Now, I'm not that scary, but you'll just have a lot of these awkward encounters because of saving face. It's much more easier for her to run away than try and awkwardly speak English. Maybe she didn't want to speak English. She knows that my Vietnamese is awful. Just be prepared for that. There will be things you don't understand in the dating scene or the cultural scene. But it will take time. If you make the effort, then it will be very rewarding. That's what I'd say. And I also just want to add, it seems to be like we value being friendly first, smiling, how's it going, nice words. But here it's more like shows of affection. So you won't know if someone really likes you, or they might appear that they don't care for you, but then they'll bring you like a gift or some fruit or something. That's how you show respect or affection here. I would definitely say that. Okay, let's talk about some scams. Vietnam is notorious, as is Asia really, for scams. It's not as bad as I expected, to be honest. I think it's overblown a little bit. However, there are, of course, scams targeting tourists. That's the main danger. So if you look like a tourist, number one, you probably will get scammed in the tourist areas. Number one, the taxi scams are a classic. It's almost par for the course in Asia. I just use Grab all the time. I'm not dealing with the taxi drivers. It's just too frustrating. You'll hop in the taxi and suddenly you're on the most expensive tour of Saigon you've ever heard of. I've heard of some motorbike rental scams, another classic. So you ride the bike, you rent the bike, you bring it out, take it for a ride, you bring it back. Someone gets their key and scratches it and say, "Oh, look what you did. You're after scratching it. Now you have to pay." So take photos of whatever you're renting. Always take pictures. Jet skis as well in Thailand. That's a given. And then just ask. Always ask the price of something up front. Now, not everyone's trying to scam you, but if you don't bargain or if you don't know the price or you look lost, of course, people will be opportunists. People will try and make a bit more money. So ask the price. Haggling and bargaining is part of the culture here. You're expected to haggle. But I would say, scams aside, tourist scams aside, Vietnam is actually, dare I say it, the safest country that I've been to. I feel completely safe here. So that's one of the main benefits. Even wherever you go, you're nervous maybe about leaving the laptop or leaving the phone, but here really I don't think people are going to take it. They're actually very honest people. We take it for granted, but I had to stop myself one day and say, apart from the roads, Vietnam is one of the safest countries in the world. Okay, next one. Saving face is very important. I came across this concept in Thailand, but it seems to be even more serious here. In the West, we have a reputation for confronting people in public, but over here, never do that because you've embarrassed everyone. It's really the biggest faux pas you could make in Vietnam. The Vietnamese way to do things is remain totally composed, totally calm. It's more polite to actually just show no emotion, it seems. You just stay quiet and be respectful and reserved. It can seem cold, but that's kind of the way it is. I like it though because no one is arguing. I haven't seen anyone argue. I know when I go out, no one's going to confront me for anything. I'd have no interest in confronting anyone. I don't want any of that smoke. So it's a win-win for everyone. It suits me, actually. The biggest shock for me was actually the people. So when I came from Malaysia and even Cambodia, you'll notice a difference in the way the people react and behave. Cambodia, Malaysia, Thailand as well is very friendly, open and smiley and talkative. Vietnam is not. When I first arrived here, I thought that no one liked me. Now look, that wouldn't be too hard to believe. But the way to do things is more reserved at the beginning. And it's not that they're distant. It just takes more time to get to know them. But once you do, once they warm up to you, then they're incredibly kind. They're curious about you. Maybe at the beginning they're a bit more wary of foreigners, which is absolutely understandable given the history of the country. And the longer I'm here, the more I realize that actually there's a strong sense of community here. People value each other. One thing I love about it is when you go for coffee, everyone in the morning is out for coffee. It's a ritual. But I don't see anyone scrolling the phone while they're together. They're all talking, all drinking coffee, all smoking cigarettes. They're definitely connected more than we are. I'll do it. Everyone will do it. Put the phone out and see what's going on Instagram. What I really like about the people is the sense of community. It's very important to them here and I respect it a lot. I like it. So yeah, that's Vietnam. That's what shocked me. It's wild. It's chaotic. It can be very confusing at times. But also the safety and the sense of community far outweigh the cons. So yeah, you might just get addicted to Vietnam. If not to Vietnam, the coffee anyway. If you're an absolute beginner, check out the Move to Asia blueprint. I have everything from my 5+ years experience living in Asia. All the modules are there, everything you need to know to go from confused beginner to professional expat. Also, if you just want an overview, check out the ebook, The Ultimate Asia Survival Guide. Again, packed with information and more importantly, some funny stories about my time here. And yeah, guys, that's Vietnam. subscribe, do whatever you need to do. Check out the free cheat sheet if you want a quick overview of all the countries. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. It's been a pleasure. I have to be careful of the back. The back has gone from too much rugby in my young days.